What's going on there, fellow YouTubers? This is Chris from the Msss Anomalies channel. Guys, I hope you guys had a chance to look at the video we had on, the team video. Both Christian and I have done. It was just really cool to actually do some. This is something we've been talking about for a while now and wanted to do team videos. And this goes for anybody who's on the on my homepage. You can see it's Mars team. As far as I'm concerned, they're the Mars team. Anybody who wants to do these videos is more than welcome to. You know, Christian hosted me on his show, so to speak, or his video. I'll do the same with any of the team members. It doesn't matter. I thought it was really good. And here's the thing, guys. It's timing, believe it or not. It's a lot of work involved. Timing, first of all, like here's a good example. It's 9:17 right here Eastern time in the U.S. He's actually 6 hours ahead of me. So it would be 3:17. So he's actually 3:16, 3:17, depending on the minutes. You know, it'll vary here. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, so its timing is everything, which is not a whole lot, because we're usually on in the morning and we can, you know, get on there and Skype and throw around ideas. So it was just really awesome to do that. He had the picture. He showed me do it. He goes, I found something cool. You're going to love this. And it coincides with what I've been saying all along, that I think a lot of these mountain ridges are crap, or at least they want to make you believe that's all there is to it. And you can clearly see in that video those things, oh my God, it was just towering over their mountain ridge or their Gale crater ridge. So, I mean, it's just crazy, man. It's just a lot of things in there. And I just told him, hey, throw me the link. Let me check the picture out. I tore it apart. This, you know, and then we showed you what I found as well as what he found. We had both the, we flip-flopped it from inverting to non-inversion and showed like a 2D to 3D kind of thing, the real deal. It's clear that they're hiding things in this, guys. Come on. Like I said, I believe the ridges, the mountain, whether it be Mount Sharp or the ridge, Gale Crater, inner wall, because we're only seeing the inner wall, supposedly. I think they're just, they may be templates to drop on top of what's really there. Or just to give you the illusion, there's nothing here to see, guys. Just keep going, you know, no biggie. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I sure in heck did. And I think it was just cool to do that kind of collaboration. Anyway, guys, I got another cool one for you today. This one here, again, shouts out. Boom. I mean, just like, oh my God. Absolute proof of, you know, intelligent design here on Mars. And this one here is from the Opportunity rover. And this picture goes back to the 19th of February 2005. And it was just 0-100 hours 55. So it was just about 1 in the morning this was taken. Don't ask me how they did that because it's daytime. But anyway, yeah, because, yeah. So don't ask me how they did it. According to that, that's what it says. Unless I got my military time wrong. 0-100 hours is basically, because you got 2,400 hours is 12 o'clock. Midnight, and anything 0-100 is in the morning, and it says 00:55, so that's telling me that's about 50, you know, just about 1 o'clock in the morning. Correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I'm off, you know, because I got a lot of numbers in my head. But anyway, guys, let me show you this right here. Check this out. This is the picture you'll be getting, and of course you guys will get the link, as always, in the description. You know how we roll here. Now, here's the question. This is what's really insane. Do you guys see anything in here of any value? Okay. I usually look for lines or anything that has to do with like 90-degree angles, lines, squares, rectangles, anything. And right off the bat, I noticed, you know, just these weird things all in the background here. You go, well, maybe they're just mountain ridges and everything else. But I've got to jump into this picture. I can't help it. I've got to do it. There's a lot of crazy things in here. I just see these shapes. I just see them right here, especially right there. I don't know if you guys can see this. Look at this. It looks like some kind of weird round thing right here. With a wall. There's something else right here, and I'm going to show you that because it's going to be more evident, a lot more evident. How about this? You guys see the pipe sitting right here? You will. Okay, let's jump into the picture itself. Okay. Again, do you guys see anything here like a pipe or anything of any value? Check this out. Bam. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to show you this because I don't know if I did this here. Okay. I just basically, I'm going to show you how easy this is, guys. You're just going to like, oh my God. Just did one step. Just a one step. And I'm going to show you that right now. Watch this. Image. And a lot of times this doesn't always work. You can use certain tools on certain pictures. You just got to know which tools will work on what picture. Simple equalize. Watch this. Okay, and then you go, well, yeah, but it doesn't look the same. It will when you blur it. Now, that's just the first blur because I only did it 1% there. Or you can do it this way. Watch this. Hit your filter, go to your blur, field blur, jump up here. Now it's going to, of course, it's going to go up to the 15% or PX. Go down to 2%. There you are. It's right there, plain as day. Now, what I did was, like I said, so now I enhanced it simply by doing this. Do the dodge tool. You got the burn as well as the dodge. The dodge will actually make things lighter. And you can see the difference. But if you look at this thing, it actually has what looks like it's got like a tip to it, like a darker tip. See that? Let me go ahead and get the dropper here. I can actually use it as a pointer. Right there, from here to here, it looks like it's got a tip, and it's got something else underneath it. It's like right behind it, or it's hard to tell. But, okay, so let's jump out, let's back out a little bit. But just look at the different pieces now, and all these weird things coming down. Suddenly now, look at this. It looks like some kind of weird stick or piece of steel sticking out right there. You see that? Right there, nice and narrow. Boom. Look at the shapes that are just coming out of this. This like wall type thing or whatever that is. Look at this. Look at this weird bracketing. Okay, so now let me jump over to my other one here, because I just wanted to show you that quickly. All right. Let me see if I did it here. Okay. So now I'm going to show you this area here, because this popped quite a bit. So now we've got the pipe here. And it's got another thing I'm going to throw at you guys. It's pretty cool. Right here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it looks like another inverted piece of this right here. It looks like they're round circle, square, and it looks like they just kind of blotched this out. But I thought, if you look right here, one goes over down here. See that? It looks like a weird rooftop type thing. And another, now whether it's a building or not, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's hard to tell. Like, all we're seeing is just a few angled lines and stuff. But check this out. I can see nothing but machinery. This weird body to this piece of body, maybe a panel to a machine. I'm not sure. But I can see like a bunch of things running back and forth in here. And that's without even, that's just doing it this way. I'm going to show you this. That's just showing it this way. And of course, we're not blurred up or anything. We can't show you any really great detail. But right, you can actually see it's right in here. Let me just back up just a hair. Right there. Now, I was looking at this and I'm going, okay. Now, of course, I wasn't zoomed in that quite much. So now you can see it just a hair bit better, and you can see something in just an outline. And that's what I see. I see these outlines before I even jump into these pictures, guys. Okay, so check that out. What does that in nature? And it actually has like another piece to the body panel that's on it. See that? It has a hole here. Okay, let's enhance a little bit. Okay, boom. Look at the stuff that's coming out of this. And look at it in the background. Rectangular piece, circle, circle. Something else running off of this. Goes like this here. There's some other rectangular piece here. Boom, boom. Okay. Now let's see. And I'm going to try different ways, different contrast and stuff, because sometimes you can pop stuff out a lot easier. Okay. And just look at the details inside this thing. It's just like pieces. It looks like piping or some kind of things protruding out of this. Something right there. And then goes into it. Something right there goes into this hole in this piece. I don't know if you guys noticed this too, but right here, there's a section right here. And it looks like it has 1, 2, 3. You really can't see that one. And it looks like faintly one here. Okay. Now, obviously, when I darken up, you will not see that because you can see this, you know. But I just wanted to point that part out to you. But there's just stuff all in this. But look at this. It looks like some weird beak kind of thing to a bird or something like that. See, like this, it has this weird shape thing right here. But just look at these things. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. The details just pop out of this thing. We know this is not just compression marks or some kind of weird manipulation. This is clearly in the picture. Now, just try to change it around a little bit, the contrast and stuff, and maybe you can see that a little bit better. But there's clearly, look at this. It looks like it comes out to a point, kind of triangular kind of piece. Just squares, boxes, wires or hoses, could be hydraulic lines. Who the heck knows what this stuff is? I couldn't tell you. And of course, like I said before, it's all pure speculation. I don't know. I can't show you this stuff, whether it's yay or nay is there. But check it out. Like I said, and then there's another piece that looks like it goes off of that. See, it comes up, over, up, again, over, down, and over. So whatever this stuff is clearly mechanical to me. At least that's the way it looks to me. Okay, docking it up a little bit more. Now, just for the heck of it, I don't know if I've done this here. Okay, no, that's just the way we did it right there. Okay. But in fact, we can actually throw a little color on this too, just for the heck of it, and see what we get out of it. Let's just see what happens. We'll change it to first the brighter red. I don't want to go too much because you can see how it bleeds. You see how that's just bad? It will enhance to a certain degree. Now, I don't know if that's actually 2 lines or it looks like there's another box type thing sitting on this section here. But there's clearly things coming up and around, down this piece here. Like rounded at the top, boom, 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 like a square. I mean, come on, look at this. There's just way too many things in here to believe that this is just nothing. I'll just back it down a little bit. And there is a bunch of stuff here in the foreground of that as well. Let me go into the blue area. Tone it down. Now you can see this here in the background a little bit better. Little hoses or holes, whatever the heck these things are. Rectangular area with holes in it. I don't know, guys. You tell me. But this is clearly not just simple, you know. This is not just pixelation. This was hidden for a purpose. Okay. Let me do this. Now we're going to just go ahead and use our dodge tool again. But this time we're going to change it to burn. And see if we can't bring any more of this out. See if there's anything else in here that's of any value. Now you can see like little intricate little pieces here. If you look right here, there's a little L-shaped thing. Bunch of little pieces. Now this might be a lot of manipulation in there too, guys. So you know, you really can't tell in a lot of this stuff. But let me bring this exposure up here. We'll jump this up to about maybe 20%. How's that? Well, there's 20. Bring that up just a hair bit. Let's see if we can't bring this out a little bit. That's in shadows. Let's not do it that way. Let's do it this way. Bring it down to mid-tones. And you can kind of get rid of some of this brightness in here so that we can see a little bit better. See that? You can just bring this stuff and pop it a hair bit better. See if we can bring anything out of it. But I don't know about you guys, but I can see a whole lot of things. I mean, you can see where this was halfway, like, either it's a different color of this piece or it was part of the manipulation to try to get rid of it. I don't know. Again, I couldn't tell you. I mean, we have multiple colored cars and buildings here, so God knows what it is because I couldn't tell you. But, I mean, guys, tell me what you think that is. I mean, come on. All right. This is another piece that kind of threw me for a loop. I believe whatever these are in the background, these could be buildings and this could be a pipe coming out of them for whatever reason. Now, I don't know. I want you to keep an eye on this real quick, too. Because look at this right here. This kind of puzzles me. You know how I am, guys. I look for anything that's got to do with mechanical parts, vehicles, structures, anything. Because, you know, I believe there's definitely 1,000%, you know, leftover parts, you know, from this previous, this ancient civilization, we'll call it, because it's probably been there for thousands of years. Who knows? But I'm seeing this right here. I'm looking wheel. Weird kind of like where somebody would sit. Now, I know that sounds a little far-fetched right now, but I'm going to go back to that in a minute because I'm going to invert that and show you because it looks like something's there, but then they extended it because you can see like a line right here where they actually extended this. Okay. And this is another thing. I got people actually every now and then they're going, dude, really? Cars on Mars? That's a little far-fetched. I don't know, man. If you believe, I mean, come on, I'm showing you things right here like this pipe. That is clearly not a rock. These mechanical parts. If you believe there's mechanical parts and high technology on Mars, why is that so far-fetched? And then people will ask me, well, how is it that they got cars just like ours? Like ours? They were here probably thousands of years before we were here on Earth. It's more like we copied them. How do we know when we sent the landers down in the 70s that we didn't see their vehicles or their transportation devices, and we tried, because we didn't have the technology yet to build it. Think about it. Come on, let's go back to the 1800s. 1894, I think we had our first electric car. Of course, it was simplistic. It was just a motor with a battery and probably just a switch for forward and reverse. Today's, you know, hybrids are like unbelievable. But look at the difference between a, you know, even let's move forward a little bit in time and go to a Model A compared to the cars we have today. Well, we have the technology now to build better engines, make body moldings, you know, so on and so forth. And this is over what, 140 years? Come on, man. You know, 114 years. Let's say let's throw 150 just for, you know, throw some time around. That's only 150 years, and look how far we've come. Come on, man. So it's not far-fetched if you really think of it, because if they got kind of machines and machine parts and, you know, piping buildings, why is it so far-fetched? It must be like, they're like, how do they have cars that look like ours? Well, how do we know we didn't copy them? Something to think about. Anyway, when you get into up here, you can see, again, you can try to, let me see what we got here. Let's do the burn and see if we can't bring some of this out. We'll actually pump this way up here, see what we can get out of it. Because sometimes you won't actually get anything out of this, but you can see things right here that are just starting to pop out by using the burn tool. You can actually see small, look at this, small little details, little things just sticking out. In fact, we're going to really go up really high with this thing so we can't bring this out a little bit more. Okay, let me see what I've got here. Let's go backwards here. Let's jump into this one. Okay, let's do this instead. Be easier. I think so. Okay. Okay, let's start with that and jump into this one instead. This will be easier. And of course, we really burn the heck out of this thing. So let's drop it back down. Go back down to that. Go over to this. And we'll start from scratch. I'm going to do it this way. Let's make this a lot bigger. This way we're not making these little tiny areas that are just blotched out. Let's just go ahead and do the whole thing here. It'd be a lot easier. A lot quicker, too. But now, just check this out, guys. Look at this right here. That piece I showed you earlier. Look at these weird pieces coming down. All these little brackets, or whatever the heck these things are, just strewn about. L-shaped pieces, 90-degree angles, all kinds of things just laying about. I don't know what this thing is and how tall it is, but there's something that looks like some kind of weird piece of steel or stick, or call it what you will. But what is that? Let's go over here. You know, a lot of this you can't tell. It might be just simple rock. There's no way of knowing that. You know what I'm saying. And even if we did see it, like I said, I wouldn't be able to tell you yay or nay. But just check that out. Just by doing a simple thing like that, you can just pop this stuff out. And that was just a whole lot quicker. But check this out. I just noticed this just now. That's what I'm saying. You can look at these pictures and go, what the? It just pops out of nowhere. Check this out. It looks like this weird box faintly in there, rectangular box type thing with something coming out of it, going into this. You just don't know. I mean, there's just things that just clearly are not just rocks strewn around. Again, it just looks like this weird, almost like a perfect box, only with like rounded corners, and it looks like this rectangular box with something coming right out of it. It's all over the picture, guys. I mean, it's just, you just got to look at detail. Detail is king. Let's just put it this way. All right, let me get back to this part here, because this right here, this kind of, guys, this is kind of a, playing around part, but this strikes me as a car, and I'm going to tell you why right now. Watch this. Okay, wheel, person sits. You can literally see right here where they've actually brightened that up. So now what would happen if we were to chop that off and get rid of the rest of this? Let's see what happens. It looks like a little car. It looks like a car sitting right on the ground here. And check this out. If we jump back into this, well, it's a little too blurry, but let's see if we can. Okay. You can see what looks like there's something right here with a tube sticking out. Now, this is the same one I showed you guys here with all of this stuff here. Whoop, let's do it this way. Back up just a hair so it's not too grainy. Now, it takes on a whole different form, so to speak, but still, there's squares, rectangles. Oh my God. I believe this is the real deal right here, and I stick by that because it surely does. But this here looks like it's been inverted. I don't know why. They look like they did something goofy to that, and that, to me, looks like some kind of weird, goofy car. Now, is it just trick of the eye? Sure, I'll go with that. I just thought that was kind of funny because, first of all, I've seen many pictures what look like cars on Mars, and like I said, some people have a lot, like a problem swallowing that kind of idea, but it's not really far-fetched when you think about the mechanical parts and so on and so forth on there. So that's why I figured I'd just mention that to you. But when we can go from this here, which is absolutely nothing in this picture, to this right off the bat, boom, right off the bat, it's just like, whoa, that's not a rock. So, anyway, guys, like I said, just give me your take on it. Let me know what you guys think. As always, the comments are, welcomed and stuff. I just noticed there was something else behind this too. So I don't know if this is a separate piece right here. This one right here looks almost like, if it was, I'm saying a big, huge if this was some kind of transportation, like a vehicle of some sort, and people sat right here. But check this right here. There's something like this angle. Looks like it has this right here and another drop right down, like almost like it would be, I don't know, buildings, whatever, parts of machines. These things could be anything. You guys let me know. Anyway, guys, let me jump on out of here. Like I said, this is, like I said, details of everything. You can pop a picture like this just simply using... you know, just hitting, or just going to your adjustments and dropping down the equalizer. And like I said, boom, you know, and then smooth it out. And you've got some really good stuff just come right out of these pictures. So anyway, guys, give me your take on it. Let me know what you think. As always, I like your comments. I love the interaction. Even if I don't get back to all of yous, I know that I read them. Trust me, I read them. I mean, they pop up on my computer telling me, you know, somebody else just commented and stuff like that. So I try to get to everybody, but I mean, I spend a lot of time, guys. I don't work during the day. I work at night, so I get the day to time to kind of fool around in between doing stuff around the house and stuff. So I enjoy doing this stuff. It takes time. I look at many pictures. Some of them I just toss aside because there isn't a thing to see in them, or they're just too manipulated to see anything. So, anyway, guys, again, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Hit like, you know, just go ahead and share the videos. Greatly appreciated, and this is the reason why I do it, man. That's what it's all about, getting the word out. Again, thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next pick.